So I'm looking at this frame. I don't like that how long this is. So I'm going to lop off about 3 inches in here to bring this wheel further back so the frame is shorter. So let's get to that. I think this length is a lot better. You know, one thing I didn't realize is how much longer this would be with this suspension mounted on there. And so shortening this up by about 3 inches, getting this tire closer here makes it look a little tighter, a better design. So I think it's going to, when I put the seat on, and I'm not sure about what kind of tank I'm going to use yet. But once I decide that and put the seat on first, finish this rear suspension mounting point, I think it's going to really, really come together a lot better. So what do you guys think about this, shortening the frame? Leave some comments about it. Thanks. Now it's time to mount the shock to the frame and to the swing arm. So I'm going to use some little tabs made out of steel, of course, but I've used some construction paper to kind of get an idea of the rough shape, and that's going to be my template for cutting out my steel. So here's a look at what I'm doing. Now that I know what size and shape I need, I'm going to go over and cut it out of steel. And the one thing I realized is that I need a spacer because it can't be right up against the frame like that. So I put a little, 1/4 inch metal spacer between it to kind of get it up off the frame. Now I can look at it more accurately and get my shape and size down. Now I know what shape I needed. I cut it out of steel, and I want to see how it plays into its position. And then once I have the position, I'm going to go ahead and mark where the bolt hole needs to be drilled through the steel. So now that I'm going to mark it, and I can go over to the drill press and drill this hole through so that the bolt can bolt up to it. Now that I got the hole drilled out, now I want to make sure that it fits okay and the tolerances are nice. So put both in so I can see how they come together. Yep. And there you go, fits pretty perfectly. And let's see on the back side and on the front side. Put the bolt through. Yep, works out great. Now I got to go ahead and get it into the actual position that I want it in. Right now it's a pretty rough position, and I could be more accurate. So I went ahead and lopped off that little corner because it was kind of interfering, and I knew it would, but I want to get that kind of out of the way so that the shock can actually function as it should, and everything will mount up perfectly. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the bolts in and tighten it down really good. Now I got the rough position where I want it to be and how I want it to be. I wanted it more of a 90-degree angle at the top, and so I went ahead and tacked it up into position, and there you go. So that suspension's tacked up so we can kind of keep moving along. I've ordered some parts. One is the rear sprocket, and then we'll see how this rear wheel is going to work because I'm not sure what the guts of the rear wheel is going to be. So there's a look at how the suspension mounted up. So it looks pretty good. Stay tuned for my next thing, waiting for parts to come in so I can go ahead and get the chain and jack shaft and all installed. Thank you.